Hey guys, how we doing? And welcome back to Lee Slot Cars. So today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I always run my cars around the track with a magnet, and there's one reason for me doing that is because I'm lazy. Too lazy to take them out. I pick the car up, run it around the track, and I enjoy doing that. But this is a small track, okay? You know that, you've seen the track, it's a small one. And although I love running the cars around it, it's not particularly challenging. So I'm going to address the controversial subjects. Yes, it has been a fiery one in the past over magnets versus no magnets. Are you ready for this? I'm going to try running the car without a magnet because I think it will enhance my race experience, make it a little bit more challenging so you're not just whirring around the track at 100 miles an hour. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to run the car as it is, straight out of the box, doing nothing to it. I'm going to then take the magnet out and run a few laps with no magnet but straight out of the box. And then I'm going to pop a bit of lead in if I need it, just to give it a bit more weight and a bit more downforce. And I am in the process of ordering some new tyres from Pendle, because I think if I've got some really good tyres, that should make a massive difference. So I've had to think carefully about what car I'm going to use, and well, this is the one. So the car of choice, and this is the one that I'm going to do, is this lovely Corvette C8R. A few reasons why I'm going to use this car. First of all, I really love it. It's beautiful. I love the colour of it, the grey and the yellow and the red. It just looks so nice. It's a real, God, love one of these. Love one of these. It's a really nice car. But not only that, because there's a lot of cars I really like, this lends itself a little bit because it's got quite a long wheelbase and quite a low centre of gravity as well. So it's quite wide, it's quite long, wide, low. So that, I would imagine, would lend itself to running without a magnet. I guess it'll be more stable. So I'm going to pop this on the track and give it some laps how it is now, and then let's start to tweak it and see what we can do. Right, here we go. Get a few laps in with the magnet. This is straight out of the box with the magnet, nothing done to the tyres. 3.7, 3.8. .75 crash, and that's without the magnet. I mean, that's with a magnet, so it doesn't bode well, does it? And this, why does this keep flicking over? I'm not on digital, I'm on analog. Does my head in. Right, let's really push this. 3.71. Okay. So we're looking at between 3.7 and 3.8, and that is straight out of the box with a magnet, nothing done to it. The tyres definitely need roughing up a little bit. But let's get the magnet out. So it's got the 4 screws. Should have done this off camera really, shouldn't I? Maybe I can work out how to speed it up. Okay. that is the screws removed. Take off the chassis. It's a bit grubby, so we will prise out the rear axle. Like that. And there we have the motor. I don't know how easy or hard this is going to be to get out, and so if I start swearing, you'll know why. There's a lot of grease in this. So I've taken one of the clips out, because worst case scenario, I can if it needs to go back in, I don't need the clips to hold it in. I can use a bit of tape or hot glue or something like that. Right, okay, let's get this put back together, and we'll let's put the wheels back, because you know, I find that it will run a whole lot better. Oh, these bloody lights are so fiddly. It'll work so much better if it's got a rear wheel. Which way around was it? So I can't remember. Can't you tell I'm not used to doing this? That's it. That'll be it. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, just back in. Get the 4 screws back. I'm going to put this on the track now, and I'm going to completely embarrass myself. But it's what it's all about. Got to learn, haven't you? Got to start somewhere. So you were all sharing that moment with me. Okay, one magless Corvette. Let's put it on the track. Right, here we go. Magnet out. Straight out of the box. Now, I've had problems with this digital lane changer. Even though I'm on analog, the paddle keeps flipping over, and it's did my head in. So I've taken it out and replaced it with track. So that shouldn't be a problem. Right, let's see how we get on. Nice. Bit of wheel spin, but I'm not worried about that at the minute. Going up that slope, as we go at the race section, get a bit of wheel spin up there. That's fine. Just hit the crash barrier, crash fence. I think that was the rear spoiler flipping out and just catching the crash barrier. I might have to just move that post slightly. But no, do you know what? Considering this is no magnet and I've done absolutely nothing to the car, it really is. It's good. You know, you have to control it coming out the S-bend, but if you time it right, you can sort of, you can drift around it a little bit. Oh, nearly lost it. We'll look at the times. Well, 5.4 that was, 5.5, 5.3, 5.3 again. I think another thing, whether it is a benefit or not, is I've got the foam board barriers going all the way around the edge, and it tends to, the car tends to sort of drift around it or cling to the barriers. So I think ideally they would come off and you'd have the wide borders so you could really drift around those corners, but I just haven't got the space. They take up such a lot of room on the layout, and I would be losing scenery space if I put them in, so I think I'm going to keep it as it is for now. So I think we're looking at about 5.3. So yeah, it's slower, it's going to be slower, but I think I keep losing it at the top. So I need to slow down on the S-bend, and then I just need to slow down coming out of that bend. So I think the one thing I'd really like to sort out is the wheel spinning. So if you look now, there's a lot of wheel spin when I accelerate up the slope across the ramp, which is sort of the longest straight on the layout. So my theory is if I put some lead close to the back wheels, it might just give it enough downforce to reduce the wheel spin. So let's give that a try. Now I've applied some lead. Now I've crudely taped it in place, because if it doesn't work I can take them out. If it does make a difference I will probably try and glue them in or hot glue them in. So I'm going to put the body back together and see how she runs. Right, this is with the weight. That's how it goes. Right, instantly that feels better. So much better. No wheel spin going up the ramp. Okay. And immediately that's a 4.9. 5.1. Even coming out the S-bend, it's a lot less slidey coming out the S-bend. I'll keep coming off here. It's because my barrier, this barrier has come unstuck, so I need to glue that back in. But I'm going to do a temporary fix, because I need to get the hot glue gun out. So I'm just going to pop just a little bit of tape on there, like that. Okay. 4.9 again. Okay, we'll park her up there and we'll have a look at some of the pitfalls I've got with the layout in doing this. So when it's got the magnet in, the car sticks to the track, it doesn't slide, especially. Now, the car is aided by this barrier because it almost leans up against it as it comes around. That's come up stuck, that's why there's a stapler there. That helps it, which is fine. I haven't got a problem with that. Coming out the S-bend, it does fishtail out, but that's fine, that's down to me to control. One slight problem I have got with this is that because the spoiler on the car is quite a big one, it's just pushing these barriers out, so I might have to just sit these a bit further out, I think, and glue. These aren't glued in, I haven't glued them in yet, so that's fine. I can just move them back slightly and then firm this barrier in, glue it in properly, and I think that will be problem solved as well. So I need to change the tyres and give that a try. The continuity on this video is shocking because I've actually changed the layout of my track in between doing this video because I had to wait. I've ordered some new tyres from Pendle. Now, I didn't really know which ones I needed, so I sent them an email with a model number and the car number, and they recommended the tyre sizes for me, which is absolutely brilliant. So what I've got is these, the PCS, and they're super grippy tyres, and they really are very, very grippy actually. You can feel it when you touch them compared to the old ones. So I've put them on the car and now I'm going to see how it performs. If you remember, we used to get a bit of wheel spin going up a slope and it was a bit slippy slidey everywhere, so I'm hoping this is going to make a difference. So let's put it on the track and have a look. I need to be a bit careful over this side because there's no barriers there, so here we go. Well, immediately there's no wheel spin at all going up the hill, which is great. This I need to work on that area there. I'm going around quite slow. The difference is unbelievable. It really is noticeable. Having to go slow there, but then you can speed it up, crank it up a bit there. I'm slowing down deliberately there because of the lack of barriers. It's running so much better. It's sticking to the track a lot more. Those tyres have made a massive difference. And I'm really pleased because the pack is a set of 4 tyres and it cost about £5 plus a little bit of postage, so you know, they're really, really reasonably priced, so brilliant. I should certainly be using Pendle a lot more. Well, that video was probably a little bit disjointed, wouldn't it? But it's proved a point. I've never raced a magnet-free car on the layout before, and I really wanted to give it a try. And so I gave it a run as it was. I took the magnet out and tried it with that, added a bit of weight, added the tyres, and I think I've done all the things that I've seen other people do on videos to enhance the drive of the car, and I really am pleased with the outcome. So I'm going to get a bit more practice in with the Corvette, and who knows, maybe taking a couple more magnets out of some other cars. So I might have said this already, but thanks for watching, guys. You'll take care, my friends. See you soon. Bye now.